Hey everybody, how you doing today? I hope you're having a great week. We made it to yet another Wednesday. That's always a good thing. Let me change the camera angle. There we go. Okay, so it's Wednesday. Let's see who we have here today. So I'm so happy that you guys took time out of your Wednesday. Hey Willie, how you doing? You were missed last week. So glad you're back. So we have Roy. How's it going, Roy? Good to see you, my friend. And then we have Patty. Always a pleasure. How are you today? Rick, how's it going? How are you, Rick? Always great to see you. And let's see. We have Colette. Always a pleasure. And let's see. Mr. John. How are you, John? Good to see you, sir. And let's see who else. We have Mr. John Diekman. How are you? How's everything all the way from Wisconsin? So great. And let's see. Okay, what a great group already. So I'm happy. Thank you so much for coming here on a Wednesday evening. I'm sure there's other things you could be doing. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for hanging out with me and, talking about art and doing some airbrushing. So that's always exciting. So John, actually Willie, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Hurricane Henry actually went right over you in Massachusetts. How did that go, sir? Hey, nameless subscriber, how you doing? Good to see you. So glad you're here. Yes, perfect timing. Definitely perfect timing. So very happy you're here. No, I did not. I had a refrigerator mishap, so that kind of took care of that. I have to clean my kitchen, so that's yeah. So next week I may do a regular video on my channel, just going over that. That might be fun. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Let me just lighten up my... If I make it lighter in the background, it looks cleaner, right? Look at that, guys. Isn't that good? All right. Let's see. Okay. There we go. Looking halfway respectable. Oh, it wasn't bad. Thank goodness, because I was worried, because it was like I was hearing the Jaws music, dun 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 dun, as it was heading to Fall River, and I'm like, oh my goodness, So thank God you're okay, my friend. Hey, Mr. Todd, how are you? How's it going today? How's everybody doing? So, look how far we have come with this painting. We've come pretty far, and we're going to do some paintbrush techniques, I think is going to be. Hey Blue, how are you? So glad you're here. So thank you so much for coming by. I'm waiting for the shirt that you won. So once I have the shirt, I'm going to personalize it for you. It's going to be great. It's going to match your hat perfectly. So that's all good, Oh, look at that. Naval Subscriber is working on a commission. Oh, wow. I can't wait to see that. Are you going to post that on your Instagram? That would be great. So, John, did you have any problems with Henry? Or Henri? Or Henry? Right? It's like tomato, definitely. So, without further ado, who wants to do? I don't want any ado. Let's go ahead and mask her off. Let's see here. So I have my little border here, B-O-R-D-E-R. And we're going to protect her. It was very interesting, yes. So last week I gave away, Mr. Juan donated a hat to give away. And so I wanted to pick an artist that somebody could guess. And I just chose, you know, out of the top of my head, Chuck Close. And he passed away hours later. And I just thought that was kind of spooky. Kind of spooky. Okay. So, let's just get this here. Move this up like that. So Nameless says he saw some golden GAC 9000 on my desk. I was wondering what you use it as. Good question. The GAC, when I do color in airbrush, I almost exclusively use golden, definitely over the years, because it's for fine artists. It's not for motorcycle artists. So let me see if I can get that. Where is that GAC 9? Here's the GAC 500. I have 200. So here are two of them that I do have. I have the 200, and that would be more like the, what is it, like the 4050 or something by Createx, where it makes it adhere more. So that would that be, and this would extend it. So this would be more like your. So basically, what these things are different. How is golden better than Createx? Well, in this way, what they do is they take what is in the golden paints, they're acrylics, and these mediums are basically the DNA without the pigment. And what they'll do is they'll put certain things or increase certain ingredients to make it adhere more, or for this to make it more transparent. So pretty much the same thing, but a little more science than Createx. So that's why I pretty much use those guys, you know. Hey Philip, how you doing? So glad you're here. Thank you so much for stopping by, Phil. So that makes me happy. So that's really cool. And let's see, Brad, how you doing? Good to see you. How are you, sir? So we have a nice group today. So thank you everybody for stopping by. I really, really, really appreciate it. I don't take you all coming by lightly. So I always like to start with a little bit of a story in the beginning. So I want you to hear this. My subscriber rate has been going down, not dramatically, but just enough, right? Just going down a little bit. So honestly, the way I feel is I'm totally okay with that. You know, I'm totally, you know, getting rid of keeping the wheat and getting rid of the chaff, you know. I'm not here for, you know, huge subscriber count. I'm not here. I'm here to reach those who hear my message, enjoy it, and get something from it. So if tomorrow 40 people leave, man, don't let the door hit you where the Lord split you. I'm very happy with that, because I want like-minded people in this group, and that's what I have. And so the detractors or the haters, man, just go, you know, go. This is not for you. You know, what we do, what we're all about, this is not for you. So if it's not speaking to you, vamonos, you know, that's perfect. But on the other hand, I am so grateful, and I feel a close friendship with those who watch my live streams, who comment, who you know, purchase the inks, go on ink flingers. I feel a real connection with you guys and girls, and I would much rather those who don't feel that connection to go. Much rather. So those who are sticking with me, thank you so much. I'm not sure why the subscriber count is going down, but it's all good in the hood, you know. I am totally okay with it. So with that said, today we're going to be working with the medium mixture and the dark mixture. Now with these mixtures, let's see. Oh, the Mandalorian. I can't wait to see that. Yes. So great. So next week we're going to be giving away something else. I think that's going to be fun. I'm going to be giving away a mug. So what I want you to do, now it's cool, you know, the less people do it, that means the person who does it is going to really do well, you know. They have a better chance of winning. So what I want, hey, look at that, that's my my pastel station. Let me show you. See, that's the pastel painting I'm currently working on. So let's see. Okay, cool. So next week I'm giving away a mug, and that's really cool. So it's going to have your name on it, and it's going to have the ink flingers design, and then something even, you know, really cool on the other side. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about, you know, your chance to win. And so let me go ahead, and first I'm going to put in the medium mixture. I remember in the day where I had maybe 3 people watching, and I had a good time. You know, I had a great time with the 3 people that are watching, because those are the 3 people who were meant to be there. So it's all good, you know. Okay, dark mixture. Here we go. See that? Wait, over here. Oh, that's just water. Okay. Okay. How's the sound? How's the picture quality today, everybody? Move this over a little bit. Okay, let's see if I can just darken it a tad. There we go. Okay, dark mixture. So let me get the picture out again. Let's see. So what I would need from you all, if you want to be in the running for the mug, I want you to email me paintedglyphs@gmail.com, and all you have to do is say, Tim, I want to be in the running for the mug, and you will be in the running. And I found this thing out from friends of mine, which is the wheel of names. So everyone's name's going to be there, and it's just going to go off, and it's just going to, you know, wherever it stops like the Wheel of Fortune. So I think that's going to be pretty neat. So, okay, so let's go ahead and find our reference material. Nope, that's not it. We can just leave this here like that. Right there. Alright, let's see what this is. Nope. There she is. There's the cutie. Okay, let's put her here. Okay, so now let me get my reference. Okay, so now I have my dark mixture in my Extreme Patriot 105, and it's customized by myself. And what really makes this great is the extension of the needle, and that is really fantastic. Gives you detail that rivals, if not better, than the custom micron. Always happy to go head to head with somebody if they question it, you know, I would be happy to. And let's go ahead and start with the dark mixture. See this right here, you know, where you have your, you know, your mylar or your mask. Always spray away, not towards it, okay? Very important. Because if you spray towards it, it's going to get underneath, and you don't want that, right? Perfect. Okay, so we are in the dark mixture as we speak. And you can see how I can start deepening some of these shadows. And as I do deepen these shadows, you'll notice how the midtones seem to be lighter. And so it kind of causes us to make everything darker. You just want to pump that trigger. Ooh, definitely need our glove here to make this happen. Let's see. Ooh, wow, I was missing a lot of comments. Sorry about that. Let's see if I missed anything. Oh, Colette says her hands look amazing. Thanks, Colette. I appreciate it. Oh, Rick's only used the light mixture. That's good. You want to stay with the light mixture about 80% of the time. So that's good. Oh, thank you. Blue says she appreciates me. I appreciate it. And Phil says he's happy to be here. Thank you so much. And so John said he had a lot of rain. And let's see. So glad Mr. Phil is here. So that makes me happy. And hey John, how's it going? So John, have I seen you before? Are you a first time? If you are, very cool. And Rick, how you doing, Rick? How's everything? Happy Wednesday to you. Oh, okay. So how about now? It pretty much goes away when I'm close. Is that correct? Let's see how that goes. Hey, Mama Llama. Good to see you. Raul, how you doing? Good to see you, Raul. Raul's kicking butt with some of the artwork he's been doing lately. Really nice. Way to go there, Mr. Raul. Keep kicking butt. There we go. Thank you. Thank you, Mama Llama. I appreciate that. Now, Mama Llama, are you from the High School of Art and Design? Because I think I know who you are. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. But we'll find out. I just love the way this airbrush sprays. It's so beautiful. Something about the Extreme Patriot 105, my customized version. It just feels like the what is it? The custom micron C+, the CM-C+, feels just, yes. Hey Sheila, how you doing? Great to see you as always. You rock. So glad you're here. And let's continue getting some of these darks. And just pull this dark down here. So you can see once we get to the dark mixture, So with my sepia mixtures, they're the same, light, medium, and dark. And you can see we can do a whole painting with just those 3 mixtures. Of course, you have to know when to do and when not to use them. But that's all you need are those mixtures to make a painting. And of course, a little bit of pastel, a little bit of Quill, paintbrush, you know, the usual suspects. Let's see. Oh, usually catch your videos after. Always too late to watch. Oh, John, thank you. I appreciate that more than you know, my friend. More than you know. And Sheila says, love to see how wonderful you have. Ah, thank you. Thank you so much. So, Mama Llama, we graduated high school together. And I remember, I believe it was our junior year, there was a, and I always say this, and there was this variety show, and Sheila has the most amazing voice ever. I still in awe, and I remember that to this day, you know, how amazing her voice is. Just touching how great her voice is. Really, really love it. And so, really cool. So that's something I'll always remember. And I remember the song. It was "You Light Up My Life" by Debbie Boone. Just, I can picture it as right now. Right as we're speaking, I can just picture it. I'm going to go to the medium mixture. So amazing. So are you still singing every now and then? I really hope. So I cut up a lot of paper today, and yeah, a lot of paper today. Oh, well, I'm glad you're still singing. If you ever do sing in public, let me know. I will try and make it. Interesting area we're going to go ahead and work in right now. So we do have her scarf to worry about right here, and so before I do that, let me come in with this dark here. Oh, you're teaching. Fantastic. What are you teaching? What subject? So I'm back again with the dark mixture. And of course, the dark mixture you have to be very sparing, right? Can't go crazy with it. Oh wow, vocals right up your alley. That's exciting. So that must be really great, teaching what you love, right? And that's what I do, is I teach what I love to great people, so I definitely know how cool that feels. See, right here the values are very, very, weak values, very dark, so I'm definitely going to make sure I calm that down. Wow, it's 2:50. Well, that's an honor that you spend your evening, up that late to share your time with us, and I don't take that lightly. And thank you so much for that, John. Thank you. So the paper I'm using is a Bristol, and it's not what I normally would use, but it has been a nice challenge, right? It kind of gets us out of our comfort zone, right? It's good once in a while to have that. And so that's basically what happened here. Kind of pushed me right out of my comfort zone. But that's good, you don't want to spend too much time in your comfort zone. Okay, so now let's do a little paintbrush action here. Let's see if we can do that. So let's see. Okay, we got a spare piece of paper, and let's go with the media mixture first. I think that's prudent. Okay. Let's see if I can get this email address out of the way. There we go. We're just going to just do some very vague designs. Nothing huge or crazy, just some vague designs. Just get an idea of what that scarf is. Sometimes, a lot of times, less is a lot more. So we're just we're not photorealists. We lean more towards the impressionist than we do the photorealist. I'm not going to be on a soapbox about it. It's just my personal preference, And also my background, my education, we were told not to be so literal all the time. Pretty soon. I have perfected all three, so now I just have to bottle it up, Willie, and thank you for asking. I appreciate that. You're gonna love it. It's gonna be very nice. Now it's a combination of acrylic and India ink with other elements such as some glycerin, distilled water. So it is a combination. It's a cocktail that I came up with, and so that's why it took so long. I had to make sure that I perfected it before I put it out there, because I had to get just the right ingredients for it to work. So as you can see how less is more with this. You can just indicate things. The 1 second rule will keep you being pretty close to what the design is, right? So make sure you just stick with that 1 second rule. 1 second rule is your friend. Oh, Patty, thank you so much. Be safe, yes, and always a pleasure. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. And don't work so hard tomorrow, okay? Patty has to get up early in the morning, so I definitely feel for her. And you don't have to go crazy with folds and designs, right? You can just suggest them. It's much more interesting when you suggest them anyway, I think, than going crazy, right? I think so. Oh, wow. Well, I can't wait. So with the competitions, definitely, I'm gonna definitely look forward to that. But we're not out of the woods with this whole COVID thing, huh? So I understand. So just indicating her little scarf there. Nothing too crazy. Just little whispers over here in the shadows. And now what we can do is we can come back in with the dark mixture. And we could start giving some volume to that scarf. First you do the design, then you do the volume. Pretty cool the way that works out when you do it that way. Keep that 1 second rule going. Like I said, 1 second rule is your friend. So now I'm going to worry about this bottom area here. So let me undo these. Okay, I like that better. Since we're working down here, let's concentrate on keeping this clean down here. This is really not going to be affected up there. Okay. Let's go with the medium mixture. And I think we're going to come in with some crow quill action. That's always fun, right, everybody? The crow quill. Hey, John, have a great night. Cheers, my friend, and thank you so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. I'm going to lower that air pressure. And I just want to darken this corner area. Ooh, you see how it gets, when it sort of beads up on the mylar, be careful. That means I was getting a little overzealous. So you see, it's important to darken this corner up. Very important. Have a great night, John, and don't work too hard, my friend. See if we can work on some designs here. Let's see what's going on over here. Okay, so we have some hair coming over here. Let's make sure we do that. And this dark under here kind of continues on with the dark of the hair, right? So you want to look for those connections. So this is the first sepia painting on this channel, so not bad for the very first one. Got me out of my comfort zone a little bit, which was good. The hands are much darker, so before we go any further, let's get our masking so we can mask out the hands and nothing else. And this way we can really go to town with those hands, okay? Make sure I have enough room. Okay, because this is the area we're really concentrating on. So yeah, we're going to be done with this one in 5 parts. So it goes to show you how efficient these sepia inks really are. They're very efficient, and so that really says a lot. John says, ever think of doing the dark background with a dark black? Sometimes, yeah, definitely. But usually with these, I'm pretty much, you know, demonstrating either the ink mixtures, or in this case, the sepia mixtures. So yeah, I pretty much stay within the three bottles, you know. But definitely there are times when I did that, yeah, and that's a great look too. I've done it on my own projects, definitely, that aren't part of any live stream or anything. bring this dark over. See, the thing is, I have to make these hands really stand out against the background. So you meant the dark black ink. Oh yeah, definitely, but not in the sepia. I would definitely stay within the sepia tone. That's the whole thing about this. If I went with, straight black, I don't think it would work with the whole idea of sepia, doing a sepia painting. So that would be why I wouldn't in this case, going with that. But what I would do if I was to go like super black, I might go with a raw umber and mix that with the dark sepia to get a little bit of a richer dark. If I needed that, But yeah, great question. Let's see what's going on this side of the hand. Interesting fact, you realize that there are no muscles in the fingers, that it's strictly a tendon pulley type system, but there are no muscles in there. Yes, definitely. Well, in here, with my sepia mixture, that's about as dark as I want to go, just as this demonstration. But yeah, definitely, you could do that, and that would be cool too. So what I'm drinking today is this stuff, which is Benner citrus green tea. Not bad. Still with the green tea, but I went with a cold one, so that's really nice. So I'm enjoying that. Got to get those antioxidants, especially with the craziness going on here. Yes, exactly. So I would maybe do a hint of it, but I would probably go with a raw umber. The raw umber is really nice. Has anyone out there done a complete raw umber painting? That has a very nice look to it. The raw umber paintings are really beautiful. Let me see if I can locate a raw umber painting for you all to see. But yeah, it has a definite look, and I'm thinking of doing a raw umber in the as well as the sepia mix, because the raw umber has a different look to it, and I really like it. I like it a little bit better than the raw umber, believe it or not, everybody. Let's see if I can find her. I really love this painting that I did, and it was one of the first airbrush paintings that I did, believe it or not. Let's see if I can find her. Usually have a hard time finding her. Let's see here. She's not here. She'd probably be in documents, right? Let's see. Interesting on where some of your pictures are. I am usually very good at having a file system, but the older works, that's the ones that, are all over the place. The older pictures. We're going to try downloads. You never know. Downloads you find a lot. You download it and you forget about it. And then years later you're like, oh, I remember that painting. know where that might be? Let's see. I think it's going to be in this other hard drive. Let's check and see if that's the case. Okay. That would probably be in my other. Bear with me, guys. I want you to see this. It's really cool looking. So that's who I painted, and let's see if this is her. Yes. So here you go. If you all can see this, this is the image, and this is actually done with raw umber. And look how cool that looks. I mean, with the raw umber, it's really beautiful. It has a little deeper quality to it. I know it looks very similar to this, but in person, this is strictly all raw umber. It's not sepia, so I really love it. I did this painting, I think it's like maybe the third painting I ever did in airbrush, and but I really love it, and I love the quality of it, and so that's something to really think about. Raw umber, a raw umber painting would be really nice. Oh, look at that. Rick said he did a tiger in raw umber. Oh, yeah. You got to be careful, you know, when you're working in earth tones. Can you guys see it now? Oh, you can't see it. So let me see if I can get that for you. I'm just going to copy it. And then I'm going to... So I'm going to get that for you. Just be one quick moment, guys. We're going to transfer this over to pictures, and we'll put it in Amy Lee. Let's see. Okay. We're almost there. So we got the Seagate, and we'll go all the way down to Julia 1. And so this is how I'm going to do it. So I'm just going to take matters in my own hands, and we're just going to add it, and we'll go to media. Come over here. So this PC, Seagate, and now I just got to find Julia 1. Yeah, Julia, I worked with Julia, and I was like, I just have to ask if I could paint you, and she was so nice to comply, and so that was really nice. Okay, here it is. Took me a while, but there it is. So there is my raw umber painting. So as you can see, it really is, I love the colors. I love how it's a little bit richer than the sepia. Sepia has more of a yellowish orangey, but this one is a true earth tone, which I really like. And so now you guys can see it, right? So tell me you guys can see it. And so let's see. So this was like probably my third painting I did in airbrush. And this was done with Createx. their umber. So yes, that's acrylic, yes. In the early going I did acrylic a lot, and that was done with Createx. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. But as you can see, it definitely has, and I did not know, you know, nobody was doing umber underpaintings. I just liked it from in my days when I was an oil painter. So that's why I picked it. So there we go. And back to our regularly scheduled programming. Okay, so we're still working on her hand. So let's continue that. But let's use our paintbrush, shall we? So we want to have some atmosphere, right? We want to paint we don't want to just paint the hands and paint the face, but we want to paint the atmosphere. We want to paint the air. See, we're not after making it look like a painting. We're after making it look like a person. The impression of that person. That's so much more important. So Harvey Dynasty once said to me, which was very interesting, and he said, when you're painting someone, you want to find out what in that person makes them special out of every person in the world, and at the same time, what makes them human. And so I found that very important. I heard that a long time ago, and it stuck with me. So every painting I do, I'm always trying to really, you know, find out what is it about this person that is special and different, and then try to accentuate that just a little bit. Not to the point of caricature, but to the point of really amplifying that, which is so important. So now you see how we deepen those hands there, you know, the dark, so that's very important to do. And let's see if we can do that elsewhere, maybe in the hands as well. Let's take a look. Let's see if we can come in with the medium mixture and the brush. So let's work on that. Over, and let's see if we can pull out that highlight with this right here. So pull out the highlight of the nail bed right here, just like that. Same thing here, but it's a little quieter. We'll just pull that out. And we want to kind of mute that a little bit, so we'll come in with the medium mixture and we'll just calm that down a little bit. Same thing here. Just calm it down a little bit. And let's see if we can do that with the index finger here. The hands in this painting are very important, very expressive to what she's doing, of course, praying. You don't want to go crazy with the hands, but you still want to make sure that, you know, you're making things turn and making things three-dimensional. Okay, let's see. So Brad says, are you planning another sepia project for the feed with Canson tinted anytime soon? No, not right away. I'm going to go back to using the regular ink mixtures again for the next one. But I will be doing them independently, and so there might even be a video about it, you know, a regular video. So that's cool on the YouTube channel. But definitely I will be doing some, because I want people to know how to do it, not just sell it. It's one thing to sell something, but another thing to show people how to do it, and that's what I really want to do. So let's go ahead and see if we can just start pulling out some of these lights here in his hands. See, right there is a little strong, so I'm going to come in with the medium mixture. Oh, Blue says she's loved the way it's coming out. Thank you so much. Oh, yeah. Madonna's Like a Prayer. I love that song. That's one of her, it's one of the better songs of the late 80s, I think. You know, the way they did the choir and everything, and then the video was really cool. Really love that. One of my favorite things that Madonna has done. Really is fantastic. Okay, so you see this finger is very much in shadow, so I'm giving it too much contrast. And let's go ahead and, I think we did enough for the hand, right? I think we're okay. As far as needing this, nice, okay, so we're good. We're doing good. We're on schedule. Everything's okay. You know, when you call her name, that's true. It's like a little prayer down on her knees. She wants to take us there. Definitely, Blue. So it's amazing how that song is in our head, right? Oh, that is good. So we're finished the first hour. So I don't know if we're actually going to finish her before the 2 hours are up, but we might. Put this over. Oh, let's look at the pinky. Let's see what's going on with the pinky. So of course this painting is for sale after it's over. So if anyone's interested, let me know and I will give a very, very good price for this. Almost ridiculous if anyone's interested in this painting. Thanks, John. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. Okay, so back to the paintbrush, and let's see if we could start doing some individual hairs. I think it's about time for that. Let's see. Okay. Darker mixture here. Yes. Sometimes the magnets get in the way. So these little details are always like the secret weapon at the end. So Philip M says, so Tim, what are you using for the masking material? 4-inch mylar. Yes, 4-inch mylar, sir. It's great because you can see through it, Phil, and it just makes life so much easier. We have some light hairs we're going to work on, and let's see what else we got here. Over here. Oh, we have some nice little hairs coming down here. If you hold the brush further away, you automatically have a lighter touch and lighter pressure. Hey, how you doing, Jewel? I'm Jewel and Ori. Thank you so much. That is so great. That's so cool. So if anyone is interested in boosting their SEO and interested on becoming an entrepreneur, definitely you see Esentino artists, look them up on on YouTube, because they really help a lot of people make money and start a really successful YouTube channel and build, helps people go ahead and build community, and it's really great. So definitely check them out. They're good friends. Oh, hey, how's it doing? How you doing? So you got everything all day? You got the inks and everything? That's great. So fantastic. My pleasure. I always give extra, because in life we don't get extra. So that's why I'm always, whenever someone, either purchases from me or something, my whole thing is to give extra, because we don't get extra. We hardly ever get what we even, expect. So I love the ability to give extra. Oh, so Wendy's not feeling well. Oh my goodness, I hope she's doing much better. Thank you so much for giving us the update. We definitely, if you can, send a message to Wendy. Hopefully she'll feel much better soon. We'll just go ahead. Just want to integrate the hair a little bit into the background. I don't want to make it look like she's pasted, so I want to create more atmosphere with her. So SEO is search engine optimization, and what's cool about that is that, let's say you're a pastel painter and you want people to find you. If let's say you paint pastels and you paint owls, and you want people to find you when they type in pastel painting of an owl, and Esentino artists know how to get you a much better ranking, and this way you're first or close to first whenever someone actually does a search. So very powerful tool. So if you need that, if you have websites, or you're doing e-commerce, so definitely check out Esentino artists for me. Over here, we have to, yes, but they take it a step further, and it's really cool what they do. But yeah, so many great success stories and everything, which speaks for itself. So what I'm doing is I'm just trying to get the shape of her eyebrows here. Basically, doing all the details and everything, trying to bring it all together. There we go, the corner of her lips there. Just accentuate. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that all day. You know, it's just you know, we just got to put our hours in, you know, and you know, it gets smoother the more hours we put in into our craft. So here Todd says was playing with the Mac valve on the Badger Extreme Patriot Arrow, still giving some trouble finding the right PSI. So you set it at 25. So here's a quick tip. I always like giving tips to my peeps out there. So one of the things is I've seen people when they are adjusting their Mac valve, they'll turn it off and then they'll adjust it, and then they'll try it and then they'll turn it off and they adjust it. So that's the wrong way to go. How you want to do this is you want to have the air down, pull back on the trigger, and adjust it that way. And this way you can get exactly what you want. So there's no guesswork, right? You need more, and then you see how I have the air down and I'm just spraying and getting that feel for it. So that's how you do it. And that's how you're going to really feel it together, you know. Oh, well, Willie, thank you so much. I hope you have a great night, and so glad you weren't affected by Henri, thank goodness. And have a great weekend. Don't work too hard, my friend. So you see, if I'm right here, right? Let's blow that up. So you see, we have that line. I want to adjust it, so I'm just going to lower it. And you see I could get that line. But you have to adjust the pack valve while you have the air down. See that? If I want more, I'll hear more and I'll see how it is. I can see that if I have it way up, that I get a different effect with spidering. So I can lower it, check it out, still spidering, lower it, check it out, still spidering, lower it. So it's not guesswork, it's just the way you're doing it. So you can't, yes, exactly, Todd, you need both hands involved with this, definitely. So I really hope that helps a lot, and so that's the route to go. So it's a great tool, you just have to know how to adjust it. That's really important. Oh, take care, Rick. Have a great day. Don't work too hard tomorrow. So yeah, so you have to have the air down, lower the air while it's down, and so continue that. Also check on your distance. It won't matter what your pack valve is at if your distance is too close. So always make sure that distance is a very important element to that as well. So you see here, I'm going to paint the eyebrows here with the dark mixture, right? Then I'm going to come in with the light mixture, or the medium mixture, and then I'm going to go ahead and paint in some of those shadows. Much more translucent. Don't get too wet. And then we could maybe lighten things up a little bit right adjacent to that. Just accentuate. If you want to accentuate something, what you do is what's adjacent to it, you heighten the contrast. So that's how you direct the eye. You heighten the contrast. Oh, I see. So you have trouble with both hands. I can understand that. Definitely. So what you could do is, since you're going to be adjusting it, so make recordings, make a recording, take notes of what it is when, let's say, you're 1 inch from the surface at full blast. Then let's say, then do 1 inch at, when it's really low with the pack valve, and then 1 in between. And keep doing that and write them down. I think that would be a successful way. Just gauging. So we really have to learn what the airbrush does at different times, and that's really going to help a lot. Just stick with it. Just going to pull out some of these lights here. Okay, so let's see if we can come in with some pastel, and let's see how this goes. Sort of the coup de grace. Okay, so now I have to find my pastel. That was interesting. There it is. So pastel is found. I almost spilled my sepia. That would have been a disaster. Thank God that didn't happen. Okay, so let's see if we could apply some of this white pastel here. We are at the finishing touches of this painting. Sort of what Vermeer would do, these little specular highlights here and there. Let's see what else we can put some of that. Really start getting some texture here. Oh wow! So you find that so you have some problem when you paint, but it feels better when you do paint. That's great. Yes, definitely. Perseverance is so important, but don't hurt yourself. If you're experiencing pain, then stop and reassess. Perhaps see your physician and see if it has anything to do with a physical thing, and so that's always best. Oh, thank you, all day. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. Yeah, so John says also that, art does have a restorative effect on us, it really does. Kind of helps you to just forget about things for a while. And it's also a very, I don't know, I just feel better when I paint. Like a relief that I painted. Try and still find the grain of the skin. And same thing as we work with the light mixtures. Let's see right here. Trying to get some of that translucency in those nails. You have some really nice lights over here. Let's make sure. Remember, when something is facing the light directly, it's going to get more intense. So you definitely want to reflect that. No pun intended. Yes, very true, Roy. Definitely painting is relaxing. That's a little crazy what I put there, so let's calm this down. When you're using pastel, nothing that a little bit of tapping of a kneaded eraser can't take care of. So you see the white pastel works just as well with the sepia mixtures as it does with the regular India ink mixtures. So that's comforting to know, right? Let's go over here. Definitely there is no blue shift going on. Let's start putting in some of the lights within the darks here. Sort of rub that in. Oh, yes, definitely. So, you have to give yourself a learning curve with new media, especially the inks, Takes a while to get used to. Put some light in these fingers here. Okay, so let's look for Mr. Quill. He's going to make an appearance tonight. So let's see where the Quill can serve our purposes. Let's see, here it is. And we're going to start with the medium mixture a little bit. Okay, let's take a look. Where could the Quill help us? I think in the hair, definitely. So let's see here, let's put some really nice hairs here. that. Here we go. And we'll just come in with, we'll just address this real fast. There we go. That went a little bit out of balance here, so I'm just going to calm that down. There. When you see anything out of balance, address it quickly. So let's work on some of these hairs here. And then we can go ahead up here with her hair. See if we could. Oh my God! Did you guys just see what happened? That's something that we are going to just very lightly. It's good that this happened on camera. So the thing is, I did not panic, which I definitely could. So what I did was I blotted, see that? I'm just going to blot it. I'm going to let that dry, and that could have been a disaster, but it's not, so that's good. So with the crow quill, you definitely have to be careful, as you can see, but nothing that we can't fix. So let's continue over here, and I think that happened just from carelessness. Now the thing is to blot it and not erase it, because if you erase it when the paper's still wet, it's really going to make you pay. I can extend this nostril out a little bit more. Yeah, then so when that happens, that's why experience is everything. Bank your hours in. Work as much as you can. Your hours is what's gonna help you when stuff like that happens. Your experience is gonna set you free from disasters such as that. You have to, experience is the best teacher. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to very lightly, I think it's still wet, so let's take a look and see if white pastel can help us. As you see, it can. But it's good that stuff like that does happen live, as opposed to, you know, when no one can experience it, so you can see that it's nothing that you can't take care of. And just be patient. A lot of times stuff like that will happen at the very end, so, you know, which makes it even more scary. if you don't have time to, you know, really work on it. Oh my God, that's horrible that your prints came out with a mistake on it. Oh no. Okay. So, let's see how the Fonz and Porter is going to work for us here. Beautiful. And you see I'm just barely touching the surface there. As Drew Blair says, a little bit of chaos when you're painting hair goes a long way. A lot of good tips from Drew. That went a little crazy. Pull it down a little bit. Let's see. The eraser tried to get away on me. And so let's see if we can revisit this area here. Perfect. And let's see a little bit of erasing, see how wet it is. As if it never happened. Come back in with this mixture here. Same thing over here. So you want to find the grain of the skin when you're working. You want to make everything turn. And let's come back with Fonz and Porter here. The Fonz and Porter, you can find that on my website, paintingclips.com. Appreciate that all day. Thank you. It's just we have to make sure that we don't like get emotional about it. Just take our time and just slowly work that area. Nope, that part didn't work. Getting some of the specifics here of your eyebrow. These little things that you do here and there really give more character to her, or whoever you're painting. Let's see over here. Beautiful specular highlight right here on her nose. I'm going to come in with a stronger white right over here. This is probably going to be the lightest light of the whole painting. And let's sculpt this light with our nudity eraser. Okay, so let's put some highlights on her hands. Alright, so maybe there's a little bit of a rim light right here. Let's accentuate this rim light here. It's not like that in the picture, but I think just accentuating the rim light might make a big difference in the drama of the piece. So I'm going to put a rim light right here. I like that. Let's calm this down over here to start. Just stands out way too much. Bring it back. Okay, some little bits of light right here. So a good question by Old Day is, if I was new at this, what portrait would I pick? I would definitely pick a piece that has really good lights and darks, not too much detail, but still enough detail. Something that is like a publicity piece for either an actor or actress, preferably in the 40s. They did good lighting back then. So like a Greta Garbo or Katharine Hepburn or Cary Grant, that would look really good. It would be a lot easier for you for your first portrait. Hey, Flying Fortress, how you doing? Thank you so much. I appreciate that a lot. So thank you. Thank you so much for stopping by. You just missed a near disaster, but we persevered, which is good. Okay, so let's come in with our medium mixture and just differentiate this part here a little bit. Okay, so we have a little work to do in the hair before we call this painting finito. Right here it's much darker. See, whenever you get a little bit of paint stuck on that Mylar, just tap it and don't let it become an issue. Okay, so I don't like how strong that light is there, so I'm just going to tap it. Just calm that down. Bring it in congruent with everything else. Yeah, exactly. Like a glam shot that has really high contrast, very simple background. Something like that. A lot of your Marilyn Monroe close-ups, that's why you see a lot of artists, they paint Marilyn Monroe because it's simple. So, if it's your first one, you want to make sure that you have everything going for you. Really high resolution, good lights and darks, nice frontal piece, right? So you can get everything, symmetrical. So really you want to stack the deck in your favor. We're just going to do an experiment. Let's see how this works here. We can just, maybe just indicate some hair here. Nothing too crazy. Just nothing too crazy here. Always with the 1 second rule, especially when you're doing these like end up painting details. You don't want to get complacent. Calm that down a little bit. So, conclusion of this piece is the Bristol vellum that I'm using made life a lot harder. So I definitely would go back to the Colorline paper by Canson. That's much better. It is a really nice yellow that I like, that I'm using right now and experimenting. That's one of the conclusions. Another conclusion is that, you want to stay light as long as possible, which I did. And also, you want to make sure that you don't go too dark too early with this. And because if you do, you have nowhere to go. A lot less than if you were working with the regular ink mixtures. So the advantages of sepia, what are the advantages? Top advantage is that it has a very kind of Western, Little House on the Prairie kind of look, the way the photos were back then. That was really wonderful. So I do like that look. It's not everyone is doing sepia, so it is going to stand out there. And I think, prospective, clients will really love it. If you have a lot of these in your portfolio is going to go far for you to get more commissions and make more money. So yeah, so definitely it's a good thing to have. Brad says another feather in my cap with this one. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Brad. Thank you. So let's go ahead and just going to pump that trigger, shake this light a little bit. So this painting is for sale, and so if you're interested, let me know. It is going to be incredibly incredible value. So if you're interested, let me know. You can always email me, Timothy at. So I don't see any emails. Let me check and see if I received any emails. Okay, Rick and Blue. So right now, just Rick and Blue are in the running for the mug, and so that's that's good for Rick and Blue. So next week is not going to be anything. You can't do anything next week. It's just going to be for picking. So definitely go ahead and email me, and you'll be in the running for a mug. And it's going to be really cool. Great. It's going to be great to have your morning coffee with it. And it's going to be personalized with your name on it, which is cool. So the email to go ahead and be in the running is paintedglyphs@gmail.com. So I'm glad we had that little mishap, because it's important to show that things like that are going to happen. You just have to make sure that you step back and look at it. Now, I've been painting for a very long time, and so I knew the first thing to do was to blot it up and not try to erase it. So with the crow quill, you want to come at it from the side. You don't want to go over areas, which I did. So I got a little careless and I paid the price, right? So let's go ahead and accentuate this contour here. We can do that by putting a nice contrast here. So watch how I pop out her neck here and her chin. See that? Adding more drama and putting the eyes where I want the eyes of the viewers to be. So yeah, we finished this painting in 5. Not bad. Take care, Colette. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And Todd says another problem is knowing when to move to the mid-tone. Yes, so that comes with time. So you want to definitely go slowly with the mid-tone, and that definitely is something that you don't want to rush into. So being a little bit trepidatious with that's not a bad thing to be. Oh, thank you, John. I appreciate that so much. Last finishing touches. So any questions about the difference of working with sepia as opposed to working in black and white? You have me now, so feel free to ask that question, because there are some differences here and there. Oh yes, that's a crow quill, and that is like an ancient drawing tool. It's like a calligraphy thing here. So let me just show you. So you actually put the ink in there, and yeah, it's great. You can get the most amazing fine lines with that, and you can put any color in there, whether it's acrylic or ink. So definitely a tool that you want to get. So definitely something that I think is a must-have. If you don't have a crow quill, John, definitely get one. Definitely. So come back here. Let's put a little darker value as her forehead kind of goes into space there. So you see, we want to make that turn, not just be like something pasted there. So I'm just going to put a value right here, just so it turns. Now that is not there in the picture. I'm putting it there so it helps the viewers understand what's happening. So our job is to help the viewers along. Hey Scott, how you doing? Always a pleasure, my friend. Scott, make sure you send an email so you'll be in the running for that mug. Alright, let's take a look how it looks. We are at 11:25. So we always seem to have just enough time, right? Which is good. So that basically is her. I might go ahead and clean things up a little bit. So I'm pretty happy with the way she's turned out. You know, could always be better. But, you know, for my first sepia painting in a long time, I definitely have to be pleased. That's cool. Scott always says he's lurking. That's funny. Always a pleasure, John. Scott's a real good friend of the channel. down here. And of course I have the medium mixture of the sepia right here. Let's come in with the dark and just calm this area down right over here while we have the chance. So I'm proud to do this demonstration in five live streams, and you can see these demonstrations on my webpage, on my YouTube channel, this channel right here, and I'm going to leave them on there so you could watch the whole process from start to finish. Brad, have a great night, sir. Always a pleasure, my friend. And I can always take an eraser and clean up some of this overspray. No problem. Bada bing, bada boom. And let's see if we could just do a couple of hairs here like this. Just like that. Try and get these shapes correct here. And take care, Todd. Always a pleasure, sir. If that is out of whack, which it is, I can always just come back in here and calm that down. So it looks like we are at 11:29. So Raul, all you have to do is email me at paintedglyphs@gmail.com, right here, paintedglyphs@gmail.com. So just go ahead and send that, and you are in the running. And next week we're going to do the Wheel of Names, which is going to be really cool. Not to be mistaken with the Wheel of Fortune, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's just come in here. Okay, so we are finished. I am not going to do another thing. Hey Chris, how are you, sir? Always a pleasure, my friend. So we're just going to sign it. Whoop. There we go. 21. Okay, so this is in the books. Thank you so much for hanging out, everybody. 11:30, we did it. So I'm excited. And Blue and Chris and John Diekman and John Payne and Scott and All Day and Brad, Air Todd, of course, and Patty and Colette. Let's see who else. Make sure Raul and Roy. Let's see who else. I don't want to miss anybody. Rick, Phil, and thank you so much, Essetino Artists, for the super sticker, the super chat. Thank you so much. That means so much. Supporting the channel is really important, and so it really helps me to keep going, Sheila, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate that. John from the UK, I don't forget you. And so we have two Ricks and Raul, of course. And let's see who else. I'll make sure I get everyone. If I forget you, I'm really sorry, and don't think that you're not, hugely. Ed Willie, So you all are hugely important to me, and I just want to really thank you all for chilling out with me here on Wednesday. So here it is. So they will be available soon on my website. I will let you know when they are. And that is the ink mixtures, the sepia combination ink and acrylic mixtures. So take care of yourselves, and I hope you